Well, good morning, friends and family from around the world. This is Mike with Morning Dew Daily Events Worldwide. We're on August 3rd, 2019. Welcome to another surviving day on this planet. Welcome to the Daily Dew. Thank you for joining me. Starting out here looking at the sun, still very inactive. We do have an Earth-facing coronal hole right now. Last coronal hole didn't bring too much space weather. Neither is this one. Not much to talk about with our sun, still dead quiet. Solar cycle number 25, a grand solar minimum. Let's look at our earthquakes the last 24 hours. Most recently, we had a 4.3 in Port Hardy. That was about 4 a.m. this morning at a 10-kilometer depth. But we've also had some earthquakes along the border with the U.S. and Canada. In Montana, 3.5 here reported at a 12-kilometer depth, and also some surface quakes, 0-kilometer depth, 1-kilometer depth, 5-kilometer depth. So stay aware and prepared. West Coast, North America, uptick in seismicity is happening right now. There's been quite a few earthquakes the last 24 hours. Things have really heated up on the east side of the Ring of Fire. Of course, the largest earthquake last 24 hours was the 6.9 in Indonesia yesterday at a 52-kilometer depth. And recently, around midnight last night, we had 4.4, 513-kilometer depth. And it kind of looks like that energy moved northeast across the Pacific to Port Hardy. We also had an uptick in seismicity throughout Alaska and the Aleutian Islands the last couple days. So I was definitely keeping an eye on the subduction zone with Canada, the U.S. So there we go, 4.3 at Port Hardy. Friends and family in BC, please be ready, have a plan. You live in one of the largest subduction zones in the world. Friends and family in Vancouver and along the coastline. So here's the last 7 days. You can see many deep earthquakes around the world. We've had 3 large 6.0 and greater earthquakes the last 7 days. Let's have a look at weather here. Composite image over Canada, the United States. Yesterday, throughout parts of Alberta, we had one of the largest storms to strike our country yet. And it looked familiar to some of the storms that pop up throughout the United States in Tornado Alley. You can see that large plume. There were tornado warnings put out throughout Edmonton and all around northern Alberta. Reports of tennis ball-sized hail. Wow. Stay aware and prepared, Canada. You're starting to see the extreme weather the U.S. sees. Let's get to our Pacific Disaster Center. Let's look at the last disaster alerts from the last 24 hours. See if much has changed. We'll just bring up the satellite imagery here so we can observe both the alerts and as well our satellite imagery of the weather around the world. So most recently reported the storms in Panama. We've got 4 tropical cyclones to talk about, tropical storms. Flossie, Eric, Francisco, and Wifa, and now 8E. 8E is an area of interest still, but it is a brand new tropical depression, 8E. We have a brand new volcano as well in Indonesia that popped off yesterday. Sumatra region after that large 6.9 around Krakatoa. So we got floods in Williston, New Delhi. We have this new volcano in Japan being reported. Some new activity there. And just have a look at all the volcanoes: Dakono, Reventador, Asosan in Japan, Semenkaya, Sengang, Popo. Very busy for volcanoes from around the world. Let's get to the 5-day forecast brought to you by Meteo Earth, Meteo Mike. Checking out here, the monsoon rains cross Southeast Asia, and as well the Philippines. Huge swaths of moisture hammering Southeast Asia. Tropical storm Wifa is no longer a storm. Francisco heading into the Korean Peninsula. Boy, oh boy. Flossie and Eric looking to miss Hawaii, thank God. But it looks like Flossie may converge with a couple other low pressure systems in the Pacific Ocean. So stay aware and prepared. West Coast, we could have an interesting Pacific storm next week. Overlooking North America, the heat is on. It is summertime. Please get out there and enjoy. But stay aware and prepared for these extreme storms, because we still have cold lows coming from the north. And these storms are spreading like wildfires across southeastern United States. Overlooking the Atlantic, not much to talk about. One area of interest is heading northwest into the Caribbean, but nothing else has been forming. Storms here in Panama. And throughout Venezuela as well, some heavy rains. Still heavy snow, Argentina. Atmospheric rivers penetrating that continent. Watch later in the week as we have a high pressure ridge moving in with that deep lower level low South Sandwich Islands. So watch for an uptick in seismicity throughout these regions in the coming days. Zero weather to talk about in Australia, except for maybe the cooler temperatures in the southeast. I want to thank everybody for watching today. This has been Mike with Morning Dew, daily events worldwide. Please stay aware and prepared. God bless humanity. And don't forget to hit that like button. Let's see if we can get 100 likes in the first 100 views. Stay aware and prepared. Stay young and have fun. And get your Morning Dew. Thanks for watching today. Bye-bye. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button, subscribe, share with your friends and family from across the world.